how about this for an introduction? Like LeBron James, he is the pride of Akron, Ohio.
Wow.
How about that?
I love that.
Why not?
They got the same amount of championships.
He's the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, Mike Vrabel, back here on the program. How are you, Coach?
Great, guys. I did not put that in any bio, so
No, you
like
didn't.
LeBron James.
No, your bio is you're from Akron, Ohio, and,
Yeah, but, you added the LeBron James. Also, could you be any less excited about after the break, we'll get with Mike Vrabel? Like, that was about as solid of an exit as you could have had.
No, look, Coach, you know how a compliment coming from you as a coach to your players, that if it comes from you, it's got to mean something, right? You don't just
right.
You come from the Belichick coaching world in a way. I mean, right? You were coached by this guy. If this guy compliments you, that's got to stand out. So you don't just throw those around probably like manhole covers. If you call somebody solid, what does that mean?
That's good. Solid is good.
It is?
Solid is yeah, I would say that solid is fair to upper Midland. I mean, it's above average. But then again, like, there's now guys on our team that when I ask him, hey, how you doing, Jayon? And Jayon's from California, he'll be like solid and have this like smile on his face. I think solid somehow is actually pretty good, because I'm like, what does that mean, Jayon? Does that mean like good or better than good? He's like, no, I'm doing great. He's like, I'm doing solid. I'm like, okay, like, I guess I don't know what the definition is.
Okay, so that's now being used, you say, as a shorthand of everything's cool, everything's great.
Yeah. That's what I've learned in the last year. I'm like, okay, I'm figuring things out here.
You're more plugged into the youth of America is basically what you're telling me right now, because
I'm trying.
Because I'm trying to do me a solid. That's my era. So I guess that would be a positive. But yeah, that's the conversation that we have here from time to time, is like the meaning of the word solid. Sometimes I get a little bit hanky about that, But I appreciate you bringing that up.
It seems to be a little bit of older show, so you might have to kind of come back into the times a little bit.
That's a solid compliment from you, Mike Vrabel. It's a solid compliment. Hey, and it's
very Ann Arbor-ish.
Aha! See, now
he went there.
I was trying to avoid this for obvious reasons, but I don't want to get into it too deep. But you do have your left tackle, very important part of this offensive football team, right? I mean, how important
Absolutely.
is a left tackle?
Fun to coach, yep.
Right.
Fun to coach. And plays a great effort and finished off the year playing very well. And
yes.
So that's the expectations. So
you hand that very important part of your program off to a Michigan man. And who threw all those touchdowns to you in Super Bowl championships, Mike?
You're living in the rainbow, I see.
That's the ultimate. Tom Brady has given us the ultimate retort. He really has, when it all comes down to it.
I used to tell Tom, I said, I always wanted to sack you in college, but you never played enough to actually get a recorded sack again.
And how did he respond to that, Mike?
Oh, you can imagine. With his own put down or whatever.
Oh man, Mike Vrabel here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, so let's get into your world now. What
Yep.
It's filled with Zoom meetings, filled with that, or Microsoft Rooms or what? I don't know what the proper term is.
It's probably Zoom's probably the one we settled on, and again, I think we've handled the distraction of the virtual off-season program very well.
Mm-hmm.
We're finishing up this week, our third week, and have not done any team meetings with our current veteran team. I've done them with the rookies, but it was really an idea to focus on the individual learning, allow these guys to be in there for less than an hour and a half, to not wear them out, to make sure that they're engaged, and that our coaches are giving these guys the details they need to improve and install some of the stuff that maybe is a little different than what we did last year.
So where do you stand on the concept of rookies? Because we don't know, what we don't know, and what we're assuming is you're not going to be able to get much practice time physically with these guys. So are you assessing them differently this year, Mike, maybe than in previous years?
Well, I mean, I think the assessment has to occur on the field. but how well they process information in a short amount of time, what they can handle, always dictates what we give them. They have a little different rules as far as how long they can meet, and so we meet with them a little extra. And then we have a player engagement, rookie development program at 3:15 that they are involved with to help them transition into the NFL that we would normally do if they were in our building. And so I would say that it's been a really good rookie class just from what I've been able to evaluate in the meetings and kind of popping around the different meeting rooms and asking questions, and these guys seem to be pretty engaged.
Well, in terms of coaching philosophies, I think, everybody's got different ones, but the ultimate one that you could run as a straight line through every single coach is you can only control what you can control. I know it's a cliche, but we're in the most uncontrolled situation right now. Everything is outside of your control. I mean, I had Dave Roberts of the Dodgers on yesterday, Brian Kelly of Notre Dame earlier. I had Dan Quinn. Now I've got you on, and so many people look at you as a head coach as like maybe you just need to cure the situation, or at least you know the answer, right?
And I try to inform our team. This is very sensitive. It's very serious, and whatever they tell us what we'll do, we'll keep moving forward. I keep planning on what they tell me, and that's to continue the virtual program until May 29th. I've set out the training camp schedule as if things are full steam ahead with the rookies and when they report, and the veterans, and the practice schedule and the days off. But when they say that that's going to change, then we'll adjust accordingly. We can't eliminate distractions in everything that we do. We can only handle them, and I feel like our team understands that and embraces that and appreciates that. Yeah.
How often, though, do you ask questions about getting more clarity? How often do you ask the questions that I get asked by fans, or I ask people from your position?
I don't go that far up the tree. I ask questions about, hey, what are we allowed to do? What's within the rules? Tell me what the rules are, and then, here's how we're gonna, go about our businesses as far as the training camp and the times and the things with the new CBA, things that might have changed, the new acclimation period, all those types of things are the things that concern me, not about where or when training camp may start.
What'd you think of your schedule?
There's 16 of them. We got 8 home, 8 away, and we got a bye. So
come on, you can't give me. No, I can't accept that answer. I'm sorry. That's not a solid answer.
On the road. 5 to 7 on the road.
That's a liquid answer.
We better not get off to the start we got off to last year.
Okay.
We're gonna have to get off to a better start, and we've said this. We've got to start hosting some of these playoff games. The formula for winning championships isn't to go on the road in January, and that's really the reality. The numbers would tell you that, and so you just have to play better. And obviously, the season starts in after Thanksgiving, truly, when teams start going in different directions. So that's kind of the schedule.
Yeah, visit to Lambeau Field 2 days after Christmas on a Sunday night game. What's the coldest game you ever played in, Mike?
That would have been the Tennessee at New England playoff game. I forget the year, maybe 03, something like that. It was so cold that, my buddies were like, we'd open a beer, and if you didn't drink it within a certain amount of time, you could just turn it over. It was frozen. Inside of your face mask, when you would breathe, it would crystallize on the inside from the breath, and then it would freeze. It was cold. I mean, it was around 0, I think, at the kickoff. It was a night game.
Is that a game where Belichick would wear the headband? Sort of like the old, aerobics days.
I don't know if he went. I don't know if he went with the Jazzercise headband or not. I can't recall on that particular night what Bill was wearing.
Oh yeah, but you can as a coach send a message on how you dress, right, Mike? You can do that, right? Where you dress like, I don't care what the temperature is. You're sending a message to your team before they go out there for something like that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty much with the vest anyway. So it'll have a vest on there somehow, some way. But no, I don't know. I mean, the sending a message is just making sure they're prepared and that they're ready to go. That's what the message is.
What about the famed snow game? Was that not that cold up in New England that night?
It wasn't. I mean, it was just so much snow it qualified as a blizzard because of the winds earlier and the amount of snow and the certain amount of time. But I don't remember that one being cold. That was just so much snow that they had snow from one row piled on top of the other. So they were only going to sit every other row, but people said, screw that, and they went and they sat in their season tickets, but they were sitting on like a 3-foot snowdrift because the snow had covered their seats. They didn't have enough time to get the snow out of it, so they just cleared every other row and just dumped the snow onto the row in between. And that was, I mean, guys were having snow plows come and take us to the stadium and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, man. I remember that day. And it's funny, we had a Raider fan from Boston call in the other day, refer to it as a snow game, and I gave him crap. I said he's got to refer to it as a tuck rule game. You know? That's
probably better representation.
For them. That's not. So you refer to it as a snow game from back in the day. And, hey, did you hear Richard Seymour got named as into the Patriots Hall of Fame? Did you see that?
I did. I happened to hear that. I lost for the 5th consecutive year.
What's up with that? Well, you know,
I don't know. It's okay. The funny thing is, Stacey James, the director of media and PR there,
right?
He used to call me every year, and for 4 straight years, he called Mike. You didn't get in. You got beat out. Blah blah blah. This year, he didn't even bother calling.
Well, why do you think that is, Mike? Just take a stab.
I think he pretty much just assumed that, hey, Mike knows he's not getting in, so why bother calling him again?
But it's about your Patriot career, Mike. You'd think that fans would be able to separate Mike Vrabel, the championship Patriot, from the coach whose team ended the Brady Belichick era.
Every person in that Hall of Fame is more than deserving, and it's busy and it's crowded and it's supposed to be hard to get into. That's why they're Hall of Fames, and if it's meant to be, it'll happen. If not, I'm going to keep coaching and living my life and keep enjoying my former teammates.
You know, if I had to term that answer, you know what I would term it?
Solid.
Solid?
Yes, sir. That was a solid answer, Mike Vrabel. That was solid.
It's the truth.
Well, I hope everything's solid in your world, sir. I appreciate
it.
I appreciate the call. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys. You guys are doing great.
Right back at you. That's Mike Vrabel right here. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.